Chris is on a cell phone plan where he's charged $15.40 for 40 minutes, $19 for 130 minutes used. So let's graph this. So at 40 minutes, okay, so the minutes represents my independent variable. The charge represents my dependent variable. There's my x, there's my y. There's my domain and range. So the x is 40, the y is $15.40. So that's going to be maybe somewhere around here. For 130 minutes, so this is 140, 130 is going to be right in between here, and it's going to go all the way up to $19. So $19, let's say right about here. And so there's my linear relationship. Okay, and this linear relationship has a slope, so we always try to start with slope when we can. And the change in y is going to be 19 minus 15.4. So I've gone up $3.60. Okay, so that's my increase in charge. And this happened when I increased my minutes from 40 to 130, or I increased it by 90 minutes. So my slope is going to be $3.60 over 90 minutes. Let's work out the unit rate. That works out to be 3.6 divided by 90 gives me 4 cents a minute. And it looks like there must be some initial charge here. Okay. In a problem like this, it's probably nice to know the initial charge, but I'm just going to go ahead and put it into my point slope form. To come up with my relationship. Okay, so here's my relationship, x minus. Okay, so I want to use one of my given points on the relationship, so I'm just going to use 130. Actually, let's use the other one. That's smaller numbers. It's maybe better to use the smaller numbers. So I'm going to use 40 minutes. And the y value is $15.40. So there's my point slope form of the equation. So this is my relationship here. Now in this problem, it looks like it would be nice to know the charge there. Okay, actually I'm just going to change the color so we don't mix up that with our y-intercept. Okay, let's change that to green. So 40 and $15.40. I want to find my y-intercept here. So all I'm going to do to find my y-intercept is I'm going to expand out the brackets and combine like terms. So they still have my same slope. I'm going to end up with 40 times 0.04 is $1.60. I get negative $1.60 plus 1540. And so when I combine my like terms, I'm just going to make sure I can see my slope clearly. That's still my slope. Okay. I'm going to times it by the number of minutes. And my y-intercept now becomes 1540 minus $1.60, which is $13.80. So that represents my initial charge, $13.80. Okay, and this point slope form is useful to get the relationship here, but the y-intercept in a problem like this is very useful because it tells us something about the problem. So the rate in the problem is going to be my slope, which is going to be 4 cents per minute, and that's my unit rate. The y-intercept in this problem represents my initial charge, or the charge when the minutes used is 0. Okay, 0 minutes, $13.80 charged. So now we can use this function to figure out the charge for 500 minutes. So I'm just going to use the y-intercept form. So my charge as a function of minutes used is equal to 4 cents a minute times the minutes plus my initial charge of $13.80. So at 500 minutes, I'm going to plug in my 500 into my function. I can kind of see, well, it's hard to see on the graph because it goes well beyond the graph. So my charge, when I work this out, 0.04 times 500 plus the original $13.80, I end up with $33.80 charged. Okay, so at 500 minutes, I'm charged $33.80. The last question here is asking, what is the charge? So what is the minutes when the charge is 30? Well, in this case, I know the y, I got to figure out the x. So I'm going to plug it in as y equals $30 into my problem here. And if I take away the original $13.80, I'm going to subtract that from both sides. I'm going to end up with $16.20. So that is how much I've been charged at 4 cents a minute. If I want to find out the number of minutes, I can solve this equation by dividing by the 4 cents per minute. And I end up with the number of minutes working out to be 16.20 divided by 0.04, 4 cents a minute, and I end up with 405 minutes used. Okay, so we end up, in this case, we were given the $30 charged, and we had to find out the 405 minutes used. Okay, and we did that by plugging in for y, solving for x.